Well, hello. Okay. First things first, this is a video response to Victor, Give Me a Flake Man, Give Me a Break Man, whichever one you want to call him. But it's on his Give Me a Flake Man channel. And it's the, what is it? Anime versus cultural lovers. And just my thoughts on it. About anime in general, kind of thing. And then what they talked about in the video. But as far as what the thing is on my head, this is because I've been whispering so much to the webcam that I have to bump the volume way up, and it makes my voice sound more crappy than it already is. So that's the point for the headgear. So let's try this out and see how it works. Okay, before I say anything else, let me also... Wow, I had too much introduction. Whatever. But, chords aggravating me. I'm a list person, so I have notes. Don't be fearful of notes. It's just a way to keep my head straight. Okay, so the question that was brought up in the video, Anime versus Cultural Lovers, was the pretty much, are you an anime freak? Victor says this in front of Ron and Dave, which I'll put links to both their channels and the actual video that I got this from, down the bottom. But he brings up, are you an anime freak? I wouldn't say anime freak. Yes, I did wear this on purpose for this video. Just, well, get a full shot. I only have a few anime shirts, so I had to dig this one out. I'm more of a manga freak, if you want to call it that way, because I really enjoy the stories. But that's just my preference. I mentioned that, I actually believe, in the last video. Last video, or the one a few before that, about how I prefer manga over anime. But that's just me. But anime is really what started me on it. Mostly. I mean, if you really want to go back into the back, Power Rangers started me up on Japan in general. Because Power Rangers is based on Super Sentai. But then seeing anime years later and like catching the similarities between small stuff. I mean, very, very small stuff, because Power Rangers was Americanized and it didn't have anything pretty much Japanese except for the fighting scenes. So, but small stuff. So it wasn't until years later when I finally found out about the Dragon Ball Z. That anime is what branched everything, because that's really the big anime that came out in the late 90s over here and exploded. I mean, that's how we have anime influenced cartoons now in America, because I believe that show, yeah, we have Voltron and stuff from the 80s, but not quite as much as what we have now influenced. So, I mean, I still watch anime, yes. I have a small clip of it. And that's only a small part of it. I have more out in the shed. Out in the shed? Somewhere. I have more. But going on anime now, yes, like, what was it? Ron and Dave mentioned that in the video. Sorry, words ain't forming quite right. He mentioned it in the video as like the nostalgia effect kind of thing. And yes, since I did get into anime when I was probably 11, 12, something like that, it does, now looking back on it, looking at the dubs and how horrible they were, it does have it's nostalgia feeling. The first time seeing it, just going, oh, that's awesome. And now looking at it later. But it's the same way whenever you look at books, or you look back at TV shows and go, why did I watch that? The Power Rangers, for instance. Yeah, it's crappy, but I still love it. And it's probably majorly nostalgia. So, I like what he mentioned about anime as cartoons on steroids. That is so true. I remember growing up, I loved the Rugrats, Tiny Toons, I can't remember, Cat Dog, all sorts of Nickelodeon shows. It was great, but whenever you saw anime, you saw more. It's Okay, well, here's an American cartoon. We have to get to point A to point B, which is cool. I mean, love those shows. But you see an anime, and you have to get to point A to point B, but here's all this stuff in the middle, and then we're going to do this, and then keep going. Of course, it's speculative. Everything isn't like that. It's you have your stupid shows, yes, but you have your stupid American show or stupid anime shows, yes, and stupid American cartoons, yes. So it's a toss-up. But for me, I always was attracted to the anime because it was completely different, and I like things that are off the wall. If I see a book in the bookstore that's about dragons becoming human and turning people into zombies, you have my attention. That would be quite an interesting plot detail. But just the off the wall stuff. So I think that's what attracted me to anime, was just the differentness of it. I forgot to put this in, so I'll find it and put it back in, so it's going to be off sync. But I forgot to mention that with anime growing up, I noticed that it hit me harder. Ow. Like that. Whenever watching it, compared to cartoons. Like, yeah, you had some cartoons that were just, aww, really sad. But then you have cartoons like Neon Genesis Evangelion. I probably just pronounced that wrong, whatever. But having your heart ripped out feels like, it's just, I've never felt a cartoon do that to me before. That was awesome. And then experience it again with, like, there's a few scenes in Naruto, not quite so much, but series like, Angel Beats. That one drove me nuts. That really good. That and, was it Hororu Musuko? It's Wandering Sun in English, and I watched the fan sub version. So, but getting feelings that you couldn't get necessarily with cartoons was a new experience, and I love that experience even to this day because it's so great to see something that's so moving. And how, for me, I grew up and never really cared for the TV shows, like the normal live action TV shows. I didn't like Friends. I don't like Frasier. Dawson's Creek, not really. Kind of boring. I can't remember all the shows that I've watched growing up because I didn't watch any. I remember more of the cartoons because I enjoyed them more. I got more out of it. TV shows just, meh, whatever. Next thing, I'll go outside and play. Which was probably a good thing. So getting those feelings in the anime helped me, actually. I can see this now looking back on it. I know that it helped me want to become a better writer. Because that's what I want to eventually do is, yes, I want to go to Japan and teach. I think that's awesome. It'd be great. I'm just going to do it for 1 year to see if that's really how I feel, which I think it will be. What I really like. But I'm still skeptical because I want to keep everything in view. I guess would be the best way to say it. But I want to write books for a living. That will be just my dream. And relating that to anime, seeing stuff like Eva and Angel Beats and Hororu Musuko, seeing those and wanting to write better stories that move people so much more. I mean, come on, that's self-explanatory. I just wanted to do it, or I want to do it now, because I love having that feeling of movement. Sorry. Just got off work. I think it's apparent. To have that moment is just beautiful. It's so... I'm sure plenty of people have been moved by stuff. Can you describe it? It's just that... It's that warm feeling where it's... Well, sometimes it's sad, because you look at a character on Fullmetal Alchemist in anime who, let's say, gets shot by, he thinks, his wife. I don't want to mention anything too much in case anybody's never seen Fullmetal Alchemist. Character gets shot by somebody who looks like his wife, but not quite. And then also there's a part where let's put it this way, a dog and a girl. It hurts like hell to watch, but it's rewarding because you get emotions out of it. You're not feel like you're wasting time. You feel like you got something out of it. That's what's so good about anime to me. Which I've noticed a lot of like modern cartoons are doing that trend. And they're trying to do the same, which is good. And I've seen a few cartoons nowadays that have the heart-wrenching scenes, the more better is what my first thought was. The better writing, and it's not just we're going to go up the hill. It's like, why are you going up the hill? And it's just they have a reason to go up the hill. It's great. I mean, that's what good storytelling is. It's universal. It's lovely. Now, from the anime to what they were saying about the convenience store videos, I really think that is more because Dave was mentioning about how he did a video about a snake and it only gets, I'm going to say a number, I don't think he said a number, so 2,000 views, and then a video on a convenience store, somebody getting Pocky, get 100,000 views. Yeah, I probably would go with the snake myself, but that's me. No, but the way I think, why in particular, is because people can relate to it. They know, and I actually think they are both Victor and Dave mentioned that in the video. I'm not certain. I can't remember completely. But everybody in America kind of thing can relate to what's going on in Japan because it's two of the same types of models, the convenience stores. But what's different is, to me, Japanese convenience stores do so much more than American convenience stores. Like, what examples? Like the paying the bills kind of stuff, ordering tickets, I believe, in some of them. And then the food. That's a big point for at least around where I live. And yeah, I still have a narrow view about where I live kind of stuff. And I'm not completely over myself to admit that. Over myself, whatever. But it's the food. It seems like every time a gaijin goes over to Japan, you see him talking about the food they get at a convenience store. People get food at convenience stores here, and it's a pack of gum, maybe a bag of potato chips. Over there, it's a bento, which, yeah, it's not much. I mean, it's rice and like a meat or something. But it's still more than what just like a fast food snack that, I don't want to say crap, but it's just kind of, okay, what'd you do? I just got a bag of Doritos. Why? I was sitting there getting gas. That's it. So I'm sure there's similarities between both. I haven't been to Japan yet. I'm hoping to soon, but I haven't been there yet, and I don't know firsthand. But just from what I've seen other people do, and just, watching anime and seeing what they do in anime. Bringing it back around. Okay, that was stupid. So, but going on the convenience stores, people in America see what happens in Japan convenience stores, and it's novelty kind of thing. And they're like, ooh, it's different, cool, neat. But it's something they can grasp to because they know about convenience stores. They know that it is for convenience. Simple as that. So, now, speaking about the comments, they mentioned in the video how, like, a dude will go on there and type in, ooh, excuse me. Sorry, Coca-Cola. But dude would type in the comments, be like, I love Pocky, it's awesome. That's a form of respect. Now, people who go in there and just do crazy stuff on the comments and whatever, they're weird. But I don't really know where I'm going with that. What I am going with is how some of those videos get 100,000 views. One of my theories on it is, you see it's linked from a lot of stuff. They could have the tags. It's people who like anime and they type in Haruhi. Okay. High school girl kind of thing. And then somebody talks about a convenience store and there's a high school girl there. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Let's put it that way. But it's a link off of the video. And that's how they come upon it. But then also, I know this from a bunch of like Reddit and stuff. People go to YouTube comments and don't even watch the video. They just comment on what other people are commenting, and it's just something that somebody started that's stupid. Most of the time. I mean, you have some people who give valid comments in the comment section of a YouTube video that are supposed to be. But sometimes it's just pointless. I hate to say it, but it's pointless. But I believe that's really all I had to say about the video. Also, I do have some more. Never mind. I won't take this too much longer, but we'll see. Another reason why they might like people watching the convenience store video would be maybe because I don't know about the rest of the world. I have my theories, but I don't know firsthand. I know in America we're a society of convenience. Sad truth. But I say but too much, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. We're a society of convenience because how many people... The remote control. Basic thing. People didn't want to get up to change channels. Let's make a button thing that we can press and change channels. Stuff like that. Which, it helps things. Because, I mean, we figured out, like, radio waves and stuff like that from that. Radio waves? Wave waves? Well, just waves in general. And neatness. A lot of stuff come out of convenience. What we get, well, I don't want to, I'm talking on the cell phone, but I really want to go walking. Or I'm talking on a telephone, I gotta go walking. Cell phone. I hope you don't walk and talk on the cell phone too much, but it's an idea. It's a way to keep communication together, yes, but you can look at it in the simplistic views is what I'm doing. People wanted more on a cell phone. It could do so much more. Back in the, early 90s, late 90s, you had the Nokia with the snake game, and that's it. You had the beepers. They couldn't do much. And then you see the boom of cell phones, the iPhone. It comes up with all sorts of... You can do email, you can do web surfing, you can do a telephone call, you can do text messages, which in case you have to say, coming home, you don't have to call for 2 minutes and say, hey, I'm coming home. You want to pick anything up? And then you hit a list and try to write it down. When somebody just says, coming home, need anything? You get a list back from whoever is on the other line. You can do Skype on cell phones now. You can do video games. I mean, straight up retro video games. I had Mega Man X on this one. So, from the Super Nintendo. But that's another story on cell phones. So, really, we are a society based on convenience because we want comfort. That's all it is. We don't want to... If we get something, it's like, oh, that's a lot of work, so I don't want to do it. I'll do it tomorrow. Procrastinate. We invent something that helps us. But in turn, it helps us, but it doesn't help us. Who didn't Albert Einstein say something like that? When somebody relies on technology so much and doesn't do anything because of technology? I cannot remember the quote exactly. But essentially, if people don't do anything better for themselves, it's just no point. I think that's the best way to describe it. Yeah, we're a society of just wanting to kick back and have everything done for us. Look at the lottery. Why do you want to win the lottery? Just so I can retire and do nothing. Nothing? That'd be boring as hell. That's me. If you want to relax when you're tired, hey, go for it. So, I think that, again, reference my notes. I think that hits on everything that was mentioned, and yeah, Society of Convenience. Oh, Tom and Jerry is awesome. I love Tom and Jerry. Some of them they did kind of meh, but the majority of Tom and Jerry is awesome. So, convenience stores, anime. Oh, how did I get into Victor's channel? I didn't touch that one. How I got into Victor's channel is kind of a long process. Or long as it took many years to get to. What really started me on the J vlogging community would be Roger Swan. I'm planning to make a video strictly on how I came into YouTube and my experiences going to it, because I'm still technically a YouTuber, even though I have had videos on YouTube since 2010, 2011, so 3 or 4 years. But I never really got into it because of time. I've mentioned in other videos I'm horrible at time management. I'm getting better, but I'm still horrible at it. So, it started off watching Roger Swan's videos and finding out, okay, this is a really nice place. Like, branching back even further, the anime bringing into me looking up stuff online, figuring out things, and reading manga, and eventually getting into books, and reading, like, Yukio Mishima stuff, and Junichiro Tanizaki, and, I haven't read any, Natsuke Sosuke? I can't remember his name. Crap. But I haven't read anything of that, but it's reading those books and then wanting to explore the culture, seeing how they do it. Like, maybe I was special because I was realized, looking at anime, it's like that's only a capture somebody's imagination of this. If I go to LA, I'm not expecting to see the CSI people all over the place, even though they have shows, every day, or is it once a week or something like that? I know it's fiction, so I know there's going to be some contradictions, if you want to use that word, for the whole show. So that was probably, or that's not probably, but that's how I viewed it. It was, okay, well, this is just a taste. Well, and then seeing the same thing in each series, like in the one series you see a convenience store. I'm just using that example. The next one you see somebody go in a convenience store and they pay a cell phone bill or a power bill or something. I can't remember. And then the next series you see them getting food. And it's like, you can get that kind of food at a convenience store and you're not worried about getting it? Because convenience stores over here, if you get food, sometimes you got to worry about what kind of food you get. It's not quite the cleanest places. Some of them are, but not all of them. So, going back into how going from anime and manga, seeing those kind of stuff, and finding Roger Swan on YouTube and watching his videos talking about Tokyo, what I'm trying to do now, which is the JET program, finding out he did it and how he went about doing it and kind of stuff. Like, I don't think he ever went into full detail on how he did it, but he did talk about it enough where you get a sense of it. So, seeing that and really just loving, like, I actually think Ronan Dave was in the Penis Festival video that Roger Swan did. Which, if you haven't seen the Penis Festival that Roger Swan did, watch it. I'll put it in the links, because it's great. You see Tikio Sam in that one, too. So, that was probably, 2009 when they did that? So, yeah, but watching Roger Swan and loving his stuff and branching from that, finding other J vloggers like Tokyo Kuni, which I don't mind his stuff, but I've only a few videos that I like by him. I don't know why. I'm horrible to say, but what he said about Roger Swan's passing, it was beautiful. But a lot of his videos I just don't really care for. But going from Roger Swan, I found Kanada Gen 3, I found Sparkus, who I love his videos. I love Kanada Gen's videos. And then, I can't remember, Busan Kevin, Warmerstrat, Mully. Mully reminds me of somebody I used to know, so that's kicks. I cannot remember their name, though. because it's been years. But then seeing all those videos, I eventually found Victor in that. Give me a Flight Man, give me a Break Man. I probably should name everybody else. I'll put everybody's name in the links. Why not? Because everybody needs, the whole J-vlogging community is great. I haven't found many that I disagree with. But then again, I've only seen maybe total 30 J-vloggers total. So not too many. Oh, what's can't remember the other guy's name. The guy who made me want to post more. Kansai, Chilling Kansai, I think. So, my hats off to them. Hats off to everybody in the J-vlogging community because they help me try to be more productive on YouTube and really get my ass in gear and go to Japan. So, thank you all. Even CQ Sam. Some of your videos are a little weird if you're watching this, which I have no idea if you ever will. But TQ Sam's a little odd. And I'm sure that's what he's going for. But whatever. Keep it black, bro. Whatever the hell that means. No. I'm white and I know it. So going back to my point, finding Victor in this, I liked his videos because it was just, it reminded me of Swan kind of stuff, like a lot of J-vloggers, which that's why I love the J-vlogging community, is they're walking around with the camera just, oh yeah, we're going to the Matsuri, see it behind me kind of thing, blah blah blah, whatever. So, and that interests me because it's a different world kind of thing. It's not so far removed like aliens out of space, but it's far enough removed where I'm in Alabama. Take a guess on that one. So it's quite different seeing Japan versus where I am in Alabama. I won't say all Alabama is where I am, but certainly there's stuff. Let's put it that way. But I have respect for all the J-vloggers. Or all the good ones. So. But I believe that's it. This is kind of a cop-out too, because I'm going to use this as a Veda video, which is, I don't know, yeah, I mentioned on the first video, but the Veda is video every day in April, which I've so far done, if not late. I've done a video every day, but my posting wise, because I have a slow upload speed, it takes forever, and it turns out the next day, as in what happened in yesterday's video. Well, technically I guess day before yesterday video. So it's yesterday to me. It took so long because it was like 2 gigs or something file size. Just because I try to record these in 720. It may not look it, but it is 720 according to the numbers. I don't know. I'm not that computer literate. But this is a short. No, it ain't short. 24 minutes so far, but I'm going to I'm going to tweak it a little bit. Another thing, I noticed that the video on manga, I don't know how, but I uploaded the wrong version. And I'm not changing it, because all it is just small tweaks in it, like little snippet cuts, and I think I add like a few subtitles. So I may add it and say re-upload, same thing, or whatever, but I don't know. Because again, the upload takes so long. I generally upload videos when I'm sleeping. I just leave my computer on. If it takes hours, and then wake up and type in the stuff and publish. So that's how I do things. I don't know. I believe that's all, but I'm not sure. Because, yeah, my notes. Again, I did mention how I got, or why I like Victor's channel, because it was so, well, I don't want to say in your face, but in your face. It's, maybe because it's a video, I can look back and just go, Mm-hmm. Hmm. But Victor is very opinionated, and that's what I like about him so much. Because I like not seeing the person like I do. I'm contradicting upon myself. Bow down for everything. It's like, okay, fine. Go ahead. Take my stuff. Alright. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mention Rachel and June. I really like their videos too. And I want to see more. I really do. By everybody. Just because I like stalking people on YouTube. I really hope that gets put in the picture for the video image on YouTube when it comes up. Just seeing my face. Okay. But enough stupidness. This is just a video response and me copping out and getting a beta video for a day. To put an answer to Victor's question, am I an anime freak? Hell, I'll say yes. I have all my anime back here. Some of which I watched, some of which I still need to finish. But I believe that's it for now. So, oh, and somebody asked me about, I can't remember who, but my ending that I do the Jane. Jane, from best I know it, I'm still learning Japanese, so I don't quite know everything about it yet. I'm working on it. I think that's an impossible mission, but yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm self-centered and egotistical like that, and redundant. But Jane is, I believe it's just a more, the way I'm interpreting it, it's more personal. And my phone just went off. Okay. Whatever. Sorry, I have ADD. If you can't tell, I do have ADD. And it's all over the place. Little things catch my eye. And I go off on rants about stuff that I'm not supposed to be talking about. Jane. There we go. Jane is a short form of, like, I think it's Ja Mate, which is just see you later. And Jane is more for friends and close people, which I hope people watching me on YouTube are close. If they want to be open, I'll be open. I'll be open anyway. I don't give a shit. So, that's why I end every video with Jane. Because I like the people. If they take time out of their day to watch my videos, thank you. That really means a lot to me. You know, I'm not forcing you to watch 30-minute videos or whatever. But I appreciate it. And thank you. So, with that said, I'll see you next time. Jane.